Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm LeetCode. If you guys are new here, I pretty much do LeetCode style questions and I explain things in the simplest way possible. Today we have a pretty interesting problem though, so let's go ahead and read the problem statement, right? So it says given an array nums, right, sorted in non-decreasing order, right? It says return the array of these squares of each number sorted in non-decreasing order, right? Okay, so we're giving an array, right, sorted, right? Then we need to return the squares of the numbers, right? Sorted as well, I'm saying. So you guys can see, right? We get this sorted array, right? -4, -1, 0, 3, 10, right? When we when we do the square, right? We square every number, right? We have -4 squared is 16, right? So it's at this position now. -1, right, is at this position, right? 0 is at the beginning now because 0 squared is 0, right? And then we have 3 squared is 9, right? And 10 is 100, right? So you guys see that um, what they're saying pretty much, we give a list of numbers, right? We need to square all the numbers, right? The numbers given are sorted, right? And then our job is to make sure that the numbers that we're gonna return, right, they're sorted as well, right? I'm saying after the squaring of the numbers, right? Make sure that when we return the output, right, we make sure that the numbers are sorted as well. So that kind of gives us a little bit of a challenge to do. I'm saying, um, yeah, this example is the same, right? Pretty much the same thing. I'm saying they square every number, right? 7 squared 49, 3 squared -3 squared 9. I'm saying they're all sorted. I'm saying, yeah, they're not all at the same position every time. I'm saying, so yeah. So the easiest way we could solve this problem, guys, what I'm saying, would have been to, all right, cool. So we loop through the array, right? We square every number, right? So this will be 16, 1, 0, 9, 100, right? Simple. And after we do that, we just sort the array, right? And then we would have this, right? Yeah, there's a little bit of challenge. This will be all right. We could do a little bit better. This will cost us n log n, what I'm saying. So there's actually a better way to do that, what I'm saying. Actually linear time. That's going to be a lot more, a lot better for this particular problem, guys. I'm saying. So right now, guys, we've done several two-pointer technique, guys. I'm saying. So you guys should be comfortable and being able to use two pointers to do manipulation, of strings, of arrays. I'm saying this is a very, very important technique to master for interviews. What I'm saying. So make sure you guys have this in your tool bag. What I'm saying. A lot of questions can be solved using this kind of technique. So this question is one of them. So let's go ahead with a couple examples, right? So the way we're gonna go about it, right? We're gonna have two pointers, right? One at the beginning and one at the end, right? And then we're gonna loop. So we're gonna have those two pointers, right? And then we got this other pointer, right? That's gonna help us in populating our output array, right? And then what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna essentially, so we get one here, right, and one here, right? We check after we square that number, right? We check which one's the bigger number after they were squared, right? If whichever one is bigger, right, we populate the output array with it, right? And then after that, if it's the left pointer, right, we increment it to go on to this element. If it's the right pointer, right, we decrement it to go on to the next element, right? So whichever one's bigger, we add it to the output array, and then we either increment it or decrement the pointer, right? So let's go through a couple examples really quickly. So yeah, guys, so this is the example, right, it's given to us, right? And this is the output array that we're gonna try to return to the caller, right? So we got the left pointer, right, and the right pointer, guys, what I'm saying, the same way that I told you guys, right? So the way we're gonna go about it, guys, we're gonna have so just two pointers, right? We check. So index, right? So the index is gonna be the pointer that's gonna help us to populate the output array. So it's gonna start off by at the end, right? It has to be the last element, right? Because we're gonna choose the bigger element out of the two numbers that we're asking. What I'm saying, yeah. So we check, right, out of -4 and 10, right? Which one's bigger after you square them, right? So we check 16. That's 16, right? And that's 100. Obviously, 100 is bigger, right? So we choose the number that the right is pointing at, right? Because it's bigger. So since we chose it, right, we need to decrement it, right? So we could go on to the next number, I'm saying, to go up to that number now, I'm saying, it gets decremented. So And the next iteration, right, we actually solve the same thing, right? 16, which is -4 squared, right? Or 3, right? Which one's bigger out of the two? You know what I'm saying? Obviously 16 is bigger, right? So we choose the number that the left corner is pointing at, right? So left moves forward, right? And then we have to remember to put the 16 in there. You know what I'm saying? After we do that, guys, I'm saying the next logical thing to do is to do the same thing again, right? Which one's bigger? This one, 3 is bigger, right? 3 squared is bigger, right? Bigger than 1. So we put 9, and then we decrement the right pointer, right? I'm saying so the right pointer, guys, is at 0. So which one's bigger? 1 is bigger, right? -1 squared is bigger than 0, right? So boom, we put 1, right? And then we're in pretty good shape. And then we decrement, you know what I'm saying? Increment, I mean, because we chose 1. All right. All right, so we increment, and then we ask ourselves the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So they're both pointing at the same thing, so it doesn't matter. So we choose either one, you know what I'm saying? So we choose 0. So it's 0. So now this is the output that will return, guys. You guys can see this is indeed the answer that they have, right? So hopefully you guys are able to follow the thought process, you guys are able to understand what I was trying to show you guys, right? Make sure that you know this is a very, very good technique, guys. I'm saying. So let's go ahead with the implementation. All right. So like we talked about, guys, you know we're gonna have the output. Zoom in real quick. We're gonna have the output output array, right? So let's call it squares, right? So right. So size nums that length, right? -1, right? And after we do that, guys, the next thing that we do, right? We need to. I told you guys the left pointer, right, is gonna be pointing to at 0, right? And then the other pointer is going to be pointing at nums that length -1, right? And then the next thing that we do is so we get the output array, which is nums, right? And then we get the left pointer and the right pointer, right? And then we need this. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to be processing the nodes, right? I told you guys we need the index pointer, right? It's going to help us in populating the squares array, you know what I'm saying? And also it starts at the end, guys, because we want to put the bigger numbers first, right? I'm saying, and then we work our way down up to the smallest number, I'm saying. So we do int left, so it's -1, right? So instead of doing nums, we could, I'm gonna do squares, right, to make it clear enough to you guys that squares and nums are the same length, so it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna choose you guys squared to show you guys, index is gonna help us in populating the squares away, right? So now the next thing that we're going to do, guys, what I'm saying, so while the index pointer, right, the index pointer is greater than or equal to 0, I'm saying, we're going to keep doing that, I'm saying. We do that so when we go out of bounds, we can just exit out the while loop, I'm saying, so we don't reference something out of bounds in the array, I'm saying. So at every step, guys, remember that we talked about, right, we're going to take the squares, right, of both numbers, I'm saying, that's being pointed by left and right, I'm saying. So we do nums of what's it called, the left, right? So we square it, I'm saying, since we're gonna do the comparison between those two numbers, I'm saying, between the right and the left. Okay? So right squared as well, right? Squared, not squares, squared, right? So we squared them together, right? Times itself, right? That's how we do the squaring, I'm saying. We could use functions to do that, but we could easily do it ourselves. I'm saying. So now the next question, remember we ask the question, right? Every iteration, right? We ask ourselves, we check which one's bigger, right? Which is it left squared bigger than the right squared, I'm saying? Right, we check which one's bigger, right? Between the two. So if the left thing is bigger, right? Left square is bigger, right? We gonna populate, guys, which is the squared array, right? Squares array. Don't know how to spell today. Squares array, right? That's index, right? Squares so initially it's gonna be the last element, right? We're gonna populate it with that number. So the way that we do that, we just give it the left square. You know what I'm saying? The left square is bigger. I'm saying squared, right? After we do that, guys, I'm saying we have to make sure that we increase the left pointer. I'm saying since we just chose the number that the left pointer was pointing at, right? So we have to increase it. I'm saying. And then the other thing that we're going to do, right? If the right squared is bigger, right? So in this case, right, between -4 or 10, right, which is 16, left square 16, and the right square will be 100, right? And we see which one's bigger, right? Left square is not bigger than right square. 16 is not bigger than 100, right? This is this line right here, right? So we would enter this code path, right? I'm saying. So squares of index. So now the index, right, which is this one, right? 100. No, I mean, if there was 0, the last element, the last index, right, will be updated, right? The value of that will be updated to whatever the right pointer is pointing at. What I'm saying, right square. All right. So after we do that, remember we have to decrement that right pointer, right? Since we just processed that number. I'm saying. And after we do that, guys, we have to make sure that we increment the index, that we decrement the index pointer. I'm saying, since we just processed the number, every iteration that we decrement it. I'm saying. Yeah, regardless if we choose to go with the left or the right pointer, I'm saying we always get decremented. I'm saying. So after we do that, guys, we should be in pretty good shape. We will simply return the output array that we populated for them. I'm saying. Yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. So let's check squares. No, this should be the same length. I don't know what I was doing there. All right, we got the pointer array. Get reference to the last. Yeah, everything looks correct, guys. Let's check if we pass the small test case. Perfect. Let's see if we pass all the test cases, guys. I'm saying. Perfect. We're able to pass all the test cases, guys. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. If you guys found value, make sure to give me a like. If you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe because I'll be doing a lot of other videos just like this one. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.